you can relate to that last clip, well, that's why I'm here. And that's why you also clicked on this video. I'm going to help you actually get out of the slums for once and all, because I personally have used these simple techniques that have become life changing. Me and you have become overconsumptuated with so much stuff in your life. Like, you are overly crowded with so much stuff that you have to do and check off. That can be so irritating, and it actually can become overwhelming in so many different ways. And that can easily leave you to feeling like you have no time, no energy, and you are overly conceptuated and you are exhausted. A lot of people are exhausted because they're not actually taking the time to become organized, or they don't even have the time to become organized. But you have to, because if you want to get out of the slums, there's no way you're going to get out of slumps without actually manifesting with your own self, with how to have some type of guidance. Because let's face it, giving yourself some type of guidance is actually going to benefit. You won't even have to worry about not having self-discipline. This technique is literally going to give you so much discipline. And then you can thank me later. But anywho, welcome besties, it's St. Harper, and thank you for clicking on this video, because we both can agree on one thing: being overwhelmed. So I want to talk about the need to have self-discipline and why it is so important. So many people don't have self-discipline and their life is a literal mess, and they are not confident in any of the decisions that they're doing, and it's showing. They are feeling tired, exhausted, overwhelmed, just not their best self, and be honest with you, a lack of energy. And also, it can make people not want to be around you, and it can draw negativity. So what you have to learn is self-discipline, because when you have self-discipline, you won't allow the negative thoughts that just pull in. You can actually have a clear mind and have motivation to move forward. Sometimes that's all it takes for you to move forward and achieve the level of goals that you want. Honestly, so many people comment under my maintain videos, my goals videos, my achievement videos. Why? Because I'm actually authentic and I give you guys real information. I'm not one of those influencers who are just yapping at the mouth. I'm actually giving you real guidance that is life changing. That's not something I'm just saying that, hey, just do this, just do this, just do this, and this is going to work. No, I'm actually giving you tips that I personally use that have worked for me. So the number one key to having self-awareness and self-guidance and self-boundaries is actually making sure you are somehow organized with just simple stuff. If your room or your environment is disgusting and dirty and it's just not kept up, you're going to attract bad energy. You're going to attract messy, you're going to attract negativity, and you're going to attract people who are just overwhelmed with life and literally use the word hate you, okay? And that is terrible. Nobody wants that. It starts with your environment. If you put the time into self-disciplining yourself, to making sure you make up your bed, things like that, just making up your bed can overall make you feel so good. And it has been scientifically proven that doing these types of things will overall give you so much energy, and you will feel like you are actually accomplishing your goals. And that is so important to not wanting to be in the slums. So making up your bed is something that you really need to pay attention to and actually start doing it. If you can't hold yourself accountable, make sure you write it off and make sure you check it off. And if you don't do that, make sure you have some type of self-discipline that if I don't do this, I'm going to take away this. Or even if you tell your friend, hey, if I'm not up on this, let me know, please, because I'm working on myself and actually disciplining myself so then I can get the results that I want. Making sure that you don't have your clothes all over the place and looking a hot mess. Trust me, your environment is way more important than you actually think it is. Because if your stuff's a mess, how can you expect for your goal to actually work out for you? It won't. And what it'll do, leaving a slump, making you feel like you cannot get anything accomplished and that your life is a total wreck. My life is a total wreck. Nobody wants to feel like that, and nobody wants to be like that. So, taking in the responsibilities, yeah, I know it's a big word, responsibilities for actually your actions will give you the goals that you want, and it will maintain it. And it also will attract so many new opportunities that you will probably be like, wow, I could have done this sooner, and my life is so much easier. Literally, it only took a second for me to do that. See? You will then attract the goals, the possibilities, and all the things you once thought were so impossible to actually get done. You will feel so relieved and have so much energy. I mean, it's almost like drinking a cup of coffee. The same energy you get from that, you'll have that naturally by just accomplishing those two simple things. Think it like this. As a customer, if you're going to the store and you see clothes and bags and shoes and anything just all over the place, your first thought is, why would they leave the store a mess? Who is accountable for this mess? This is just absolutely mind boggling and terrible, and I'm leaving out. Think of your room just like that. If you walk into your room and it's a hot mess, don't expect to feel the best. That's why I said it's so important to have some type of self control and self discipline. It's the easiest because let's face it, not everything is going to be easy in the beginning, but once you get into a flow of it and it becomes one of your good habits, you won't have to ever worry about thinking about it. It'll just naturally flow. And that's how you want your opportunities, and that's how you want your life to flow. Nice and smooth and easy, just like a boat on a nice, beautiful day. The water and the boat are just easily balanced and they're working with each other. You don't have to stress out. You don't have to worry about it. It's not something you have to put your time and time and time into to accomplish. No, it'll be like a snap of a finger. I'm also going to talk about being organized. Being organized is probably one of the things you want to do to accomplish your goals and to actually attract those goals that you thought you could not do. I say be organized. Why? Because when I once was disorganized, like any other human being on this earth, it was terrible. And I didn't know the amount of energy I needed to put into being organized until I actually started being organized. So making sure the simple things like going outside with a wrinkled top or a wrinkled shirt is not cool, because you are going to look like you are not organized and yourself is not together. And people are going to see that and view that. And it's not going to make you feel good when they talk about you. And it's not going to make you feel good when you look in the mirror. So making sure you actually take the time to organize the little things around you are going to become life-changing. Like, things have actually been life-changing because I'm now going to become way more organized, and on top of it, I'm going to make sure I'm really putting my intentions. I'm not going to do anything just haphazardly, and I'm actually going to come through for myself without even expecting it. It will naturally flow and you'll feel so accomplished and feel so good. And on top of it, like I say in every single post, please be sure to comment below if these tips actually are helping you, because it really makes me feel so good when you guys actually give me feedback. Because like I said, I'm here to help you guys. So make sure you guys help me out too. By organizing is making sure you are balanced. Just as much as being organized is important, it also breaks down to balance. Balance and organization go hand to hand, just like this. Best friends, balance is also loving yourself. Yeah, you could be organized and you can also have all these things checked off that you're doing right, but there's no self-love in it. How are you going to feel the need to change? How are you going to feel like it's important to change? And how are you going to feel like you can actually accomplish this? It all starts with self-love as well. Finding a way to love yourself and actually recognizing if you have self-love problems. Because if you do, well, there's always things to change that. Honestly, even though I don't have that problem, a lot of people have that problem. And it's okay because there's always ways to solve it. A way that can simply help yourself is literally journaling. Journaling can become life changing and it can actually help you and make you feel so good. And you feel like you're actually heard. Not just for yourself, but if you also like to watch other people journal as well, it can become really relatable and you can find out that you're not just the only one that enjoys journaling and has these issues. Sometimes a lot of people don't realize self-love is also because you feel lonely. And if you actually see like probably 99% of the world is dealing with the same issue, you won't feel like you're alone. And that's all part of self love. Journaling, actually, any of the emotions that you have built up, taking them from inside and putting them on the paper, anything that's causing you lack, and anything that could possibly be a blocker for you actually becoming organized, please, please, please take that advantage of that paper and pen and actually put together and start journaling. You'll feel so good. You'll feel like you manifested and you feel like you actually can move forward, if not even level up. Just you surrounding yourself with great people because all they're going to do is make you feel love for yourself, and on top of it they're going to uplift you, and that's important. Having this uplifted energy is actually going to solve so many problems, and on top of it you will be ready to face on your fears of making you feel like you can't get out this slump. You will feel so good and feel so energetic and feel like you're not by yourself. And you will also have your friends to bounce different ideas off that you want to change about yourself, or even in general, what they think about this. What do you think about this? Making sure you're being inclusive, not just with other people, but also making sure that you're inclusive with your thoughts is so. I've actually had friends that had self-love problems, and they always come to me as the one to actually give them guidance with this because I have so many different remedies that actually help people. And I feel so good that I'm able to help you guys with this because let's face it, it's not exactly the easiest in this society to love yourself because there's so many things pushing away from self-love. It's so important to actually have the time to have self-care, and that's the next thing I want to talk about. Having self-care is so important because you're actually prepping for good energy, positive things, and also positive opportunities. So some parts of self-love that can actually make a change and actually help you are some of these things I'm about to list right now. Care can even start with simple skincare routines and making sure you actually take the time to love yourself and love your skin and actually just make you feel good overall, because those little things actually change up your entire reality. You will actually go from feeling like, oh, I suck and I can't do anything right. I'm so tired of this. Then you will actually turn into, wow, I feel so nourished. I feel so hydrated and I feel so good about my skin and about myself because I'm actually taking the time to love myself. Put self-love into yourself because, hey, there's no problem in doing that. You should be able to love yourself fully so that you can actually get to the opportunities that you want. And when those opportunities come, you are confident and you are ready to face it. A lot of you guys asked me about my skincare routine, and I use Glow Recipe. I absolutely love Glow Recipe because I don't just feel like I'm glowing on the outside. It also makes me feel like I am vibrating positivity and also glowing in the inside, which shows through my beautiful skin. A lot of people probably sleep on having a skincare routine, and I cannot stress the importance of having one because it's not just actually nourishing and making your skin feel hydrated and good. It's also you're putting the time and effort into yourself to feel good as well. And actually doing it radiates positivity, and I'm telling you, it will attract positivity and you will feel so happy and thankful at the end that you actually take the time to put into your skin and into yourself. And that's just one way you can actually get yourself out of the slums. Having self-love, having care for yourself, also making sure you journal, skincare, and let's get right into hair care. The importance of having healthy hair is not just because it looks so good, but it's also because it makes you feel good. When your hair is voluminous and it's glowy and it's luminous and it's just beautiful, you will feel so good. People will compliment you. You will actually see a difference in reactions to people. And most of all, you'll feel a reaction in yourself that you have just made boss moves and you feel so good and accomplished. I'm telling you, just taking those two little steps when you don't think you can do the other things, just taking those little steps can actually lead to bigger opportunities and bigger things. The self-worth. The reason why self-worth is so important is for so many reasons. And you hear a lot of people talking about self-worth and do you feel worthy enough? And do you do this and do this? Do you think you can maintain this? And do you think you can do this? And just crowding your mind with so much to think about. But it really isn't that hard if you actually take these couple of steps. Just so the importance of self-worth is so important because that is actually going to show how you actually maintain things and also how you go on about your day with checking off your goals and opportunities. That you don't feel the need to have self-worth, they're probably going to run into so many issues and actually not accomplish the things they want to in life because they're attracting that energy and they're actually giving themselves a reason why they're not worthy. I I don't know. But I'm just telling you, actually taking the time to realize and check off why you're worthy of this and that will actually bring positive results. And who knows, it can actually change how your future works out. Because if you're just thinking about being negative and not wishing the best for yourself, how can you expect to check off those goals that you want? How can you expect to actually move forward? You probably won't because you are constantly reminding yourself how you just can't do this and how you are just, this happened to me. Why is this happening? I'm just so not worthy of this. This cannot possibly happen for me. I'm just not worthy. I want you to be stuck in that type of mind frame. I want you to actually see the needs to succeed and see your self-worth no matter what anyone says. You have to have a strong backbone that you are not going to tolerate any crap from anyone or even yourself. Stop, please training yourself to think the wrong way. I want you to actually start taking the time to do self-worthy things. Like I said, skincare, hair care, making sure you're actually physically fit and healthy is so important because those are all things that stem from not feeling worthy. It's because you're not actually checking off those things that make you have self-care and that actually feel like you can actually accomplish anything. You have to take the time to journal. You have to take the time to have a balancing candle or something to make you feel good about yourself and actually stick to your plans. Don't let stuff slide by and say, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, if you say you're going to do it tomorrow, well, then you'll say you do the next day because there will always be something that comes up to where you don't feel like you're not worthy enough or where something will come up where you just can't do it. Having self-discipline is so important, you guys, because it's going to change your outcome of literally anything you do. These little things that you do, little things that you check off, little things that you achieve, please take them into notion and actually listen to it and start doing those things. If you accomplish something, keep going. If you don't accomplish something, don't beat yourself up because that's making sure you're not worthy of doing the next right thing. You take the time to actually discipline yourself and come through. Don't make commitments to yourself that you cannot follow or keep because you are going to feel really bad if you don't accomplish them. Well, some people will, some people won't. But making sure that you actually hold yourself accountable can actually change your outcome for so many things. And you will overall feel so good. You won't have to worry about, oh, I didn't do this right. I didn't do this today. This is this. No. Make sure you're actually scheduling it in so the time frame works for you. Don't try to overdo stuff. Don't try to over accomplish because at the end of the day, when you try to over accomplish something, it's usually not going to work out. You need to actually make sure you make time to accomplish those things and actually keep to it. Don't let yourself down. There's no need to have self-doubt because at the end of the day, if I can do it, you get out of the slums. It's not focus or micromanage all the bad things you do. If you do something that's negative, if you say something that's negative to yourself, don't overlook at it because if you overlook at it, you're going to literally focus on that and forget about all the things that you have to do to actually accomplish. The importance of journaling is also making sure that you have your goals set. So while you're journaling, make sure you make time to set your goals and set them. That's the importance of journaling and actually coming through your things. If you feel like you cannot come through you always can go back to your journal and reassure yourself that you are worthy of actually checking these things off. You are worthy of being organized, and you are worthy of all the positive outcomes that come from you actually making the real moves that you need to do to achieve. Making sure you check off your goals on journaling is so important, because think of it almost like this. You want to take the important pieces out of your goals and actually analyze them and actually come through. Think of it like an annotated bibliography. With that, you're actually going to take out the important facts from whatever article you read and make a summary about it. Not a long essay, but a cute little summary that actually is going to make sense and is going to be able to be very clear, and you will actually be able to check off those goals, because you're not just yapping and yipping and yapping. You're actually making moves, you're actually writing down your goals, and you're actually getting where you want to be. Worry if it's within a year, a month, or weeks, or days, or even seconds. You need to focus on just writing it down, actually starting it, and becoming consistent. If you're a person that doesn't like getting up early and you have so many things to do in the day, well, does it have cause for you to have to set your clock for earlier time so you can get those things done? That helps you from feeling like you're overconsumptuated, and you actually will be able to make those moves that you need and check off your to-do list for the day. Making those little adjustments and those little changes are so worthy and so much need today. Actually, little simple things actually check off as self-care and making yourself feel worthy of what you need to do. Things into accountability and actually start moving and doing the right things you need to do, because I'm telling you, you will most likely feel so good about yourself and you feel like you achieved the things that you thought were once. So remember not to overthink and actually take the time to write these things out so that you don't have to overthink. You will have a peace of mind and you will feel so good, and you will actually level up to the people that you see even on Pinterest, or maybe you have like this dream car or whatever it is. You'll be able to manifest those things because you are taking a step to just do your daily things that will actually make sense to yourself and get you where you need to. Said, thank you girlies. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope this helped you, and I hope it gave you some type of clear mind and some type of way to start and where to start, and know that you are not alone. So please comment below, tell me what you think of this video, and I thank you guys so much for watching. We are almost at 6,000 subscribers, and I can't believe we actually got that far. You guys are truly the best. You guys are awesome, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Remember, always stay engaged with my posts, because I'm constantly posting self-love, self-care, and so much more. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I absolutely love you, besties, and I will see you in my next video.